would like to start?
So we've gotten little glimpses or teases of Lena possibly, leaning towards the dark side, but also still wanting to, separate herself from the Luther name. Do you see her this season, or what can you tease about, how much of a struggle that's going to be this season?
I think what's great about Lena as a character is because she's not a superhero, she's human. And humans, I don't know about you, but I'm not a good guy, I'm not a bad guy, I'm somewhere in between. And I think that's what Lena is. I think that's what she's struggling with, being human surrounded by heroes. She's Supergirl, Martian Manhunter, these people are all heroes, and she's just trying to do what she thinks is right. And I think what you're going to see this season is in her trying to do what she thinks is right, you realize that not everybody sees right as the same thing. Not everybody sees good as the same thing. So when she does something good, that can be taken and used for bad. You're going to see her be a lot more in touch with creating technologies and her intelligence and using that for the good of humanity. And obviously she's got Paranel and that what that sort of means when you have a very intelligent woman and a very powerful artifact together. I think that's going to happen. But whether that gets used for good or bad, that's
question about that rift between Supergirl and Lena, though. For me, watching the show, it feels like the response is too militant from Lena's point of view of like, yes, she screwed up, but she's so close to it. Does that feel real to you?
Yes.
It does.
It does, because you've got to think that there's so much. For a Super and a Luther to even be friends is a huge deal. But underneath it all, they're still their family histories together. So they're friends, but underneath, you're dealing with years and years of past. And I think it's not about that moment that happened. It's about everything that leads up to that. It's about Lena believing that people mistrust her for being a Luther. And then when her friend does that, she's like, I knew it. I knew you thought about me like everyone else does. And I think it broke her because she spent her whole life trying to be her own woman. And then for have somebody who she respected take that away from her, and then she was broken, And it was a big deal for somebody. I mean, I know Supergirl's the good guy, but she dropped the ball on her friend. And she did, and she knew it. She admitted it. But sometimes with friends, things are broken and they're hard to build back. And also, for Lena, the real tight friendship was always Kara. She respected and worked with Supergirl, but her friend and best friend was Kara. And obviously Lena doesn't know they're the same person.
Thank God she doesn't take off the glasses.
Guys, this is I'm going to say it again. It's the whole structure of the show. We have to believe she flies for a start. So if we believe she flies, we're going to have to believe that Lena can see that she's two different people. But, for her, she respected very much Supergirl. But, her best friend was Kara. But her hair is Sorry, her best friend was Kara. So I think if it had been Kara, she would have worked more to rebuild that friendship. But I think because it was Supergirl and she was a Luther, and the worst thing that she thought that could happen as a Luther was that a super would be like, sorry, you're evil. And she's like, yeah, well, how can I trust you again? Because you never trusted me.
And then with the topic of friendships, with Lena taking care of Sam, curious with that storyline is like, are Sam and Ruby going to be around anymore, or are they kind of just going to like go off to the sunset?
I hope they come back. I don't know. We should call Odie. Let's call Odie. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I mean, I loved that friendship.
She had a great story, and I was sad to see that it kind of ended with like, great, she's better. And that was it.
I'm with you. Like, I know. I thought, listen, if I could have Odie here now, it would break my heart. She's wonderful, and she brought something very special to the show, and we all miss her terribly. But it was one of those ones that, again, it was a 1-year contract, and it was, but
she was great.
She's amazing. No, Odie, we love you. But I love that relationship as well, and I love the way that over the show, because for me, you were able to see Lena be flat out good, like this was just it. She was good. She was trying to help her best friend, and it was a very clear cut. There was no grey area in it for her, and I think that's rare with Lena because there's always kind of an angle. But with Sam, with Sam, she it was just clear that she just wanted to help her best friend. So.
At last Comic-Con, you all teased that Lena would be getting a love interest, and in this season we've seen that has manifested as James. Yes. So can you talk to us a little bit about, well, what exactly does Lena see in James, and what might you say James sees in her that they would be attracted to one another?
Have you seen James? You've met Nicole. I feel like that answers your question. Also, have you met me? I think James Olsen again is another type of hero, and I think she sees a good man. And in the world that we're living in now, good men can be hard to find, but James Olsen 100% is. And I think as well, for her, a man like James Olsen, who's so close to Superman, who sees in her only good, who sees who she really is and doesn't see her as a Luther. I think that for Lena is a very powerful thing. And, I think that's the basis of where they started the relationship and that's how they moved on. Plus, we can't.
You know the thing you were saying before about that conflict between them? I'm just harping on it for one more thing. Could it go in the direction then of the conflict growing to the point of where we do end up some point with the Lena, Supergirl, Lex, Superman parallel?
I mean, I don't know why you want me to be Lex.
Well,
you want him
Lex,
to be Superman. We're our own. But see, this is what I find so funny about this, is that you've got this amazing storyline between Superman and Lex. This is a archetypal, everybody knows that. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean that's what we have to do. That doesn't mean that Lena is Lex, and it doesn't mean that Supergirl is Superman. And we're creating our own stories and we're creating our own characters. It doesn't necessarily mean we have to follow what Superman. It doesn't necessarily mean the women have to follow what the men did before them. And in walks Warner's Katie, one of them said. But it's their own story. They've worked very hard to create these characters and to create these wonderful storylines. And yes, they can hark back to the original comics, but at the same time, it's separate. So it could happen. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do, but wouldn't you like to see something different?